Hello dear, welcome to another episode. This lesson is for JavaScript intermediate developers. After taking this course, you should be able to develop an interactive website. Today's topic is called JavaScript, JSON, and Artificial Database. This episode focuses on JSON in manipulating data from a database. Database can send string data. When such data is placed in a JSON format, JavaScript can use such data to populate HTML elements. For example, Android SQLite database can send JSON string data to a web view to be displayed as HTML. By this way, it is possible to view stored data in your phone on the web, which happen without an internet connectivity. Example of app that uses this method is WhatsApp, where messages can be viewed offline without internet connectivity. So back in our Sublime, I already set up an HTML table and we have uniquely identified this particular element. Also, we have set up a JSON string format and we are using our imagination to assume that this particular result is coming from a database. So it can be from your SQLite database, your local storage, PHP Oracle, Postgre, any database in the world. Just remember to return a JSON format. Lastly, we have make reference to this particular element that we uniquely identify. So since this is a JSON string, the first thing that I want to do right now is to convert this to JSON object. The very best way to do this in JavaScript is what is known as JSON.parse. So JSON stands for the object, parse is the method, and we shall be parsing in the result. That is our JSON string coming from the database. So let me just do a quick explanation based on this JSON string. This particular JSON string has three users. The first one is John. John has his email, his password, and his phone number set up. The second user is Mark. Mark also has his email, his password, his phone, and the last user is Kevin. Kevin also have his email, his password, and his phone. So this is how you carry out JSON string, or this is how you send JSON string. More about JSON has been explained in our pre-class JSON lesson. So what we have done is to convert this particular string into an object using the JSON.parse method. Since we have converted it to an object, we can easily get the length of this particular string. And to do that, we'll just use a for loop. So for variable I equals to 0, I is less than obj, that's our JSON object, dot length I plus plus. So what JSON has helped us to do is that it has helped us to turn this particular string into an array. Since we have turned this particular string into an array, we can actually get the length of this string and we can loop each and every word. This is where JSON is very important. It actually makes our life to be very simple. For instance, if I want to get the name, all I just need to do is to create a variable for it. Variable, let's call it name, is equal to our obj dot name. This name is coming from this particular place. So if your name is NA or NM, you should change it to NN. But our name is just simply NAME. So that's why we are putting NAME. So more about this has been explained in our JSON pre-class lesson. So the second variable we want to get there is the email. So we'll go variable email is equal to, let me just copy that out to make it very fast. We change this to email, and the next one we have is the password. So variable password, we can call it pw, is equal to obj password. Remember to spell it fully, password. Then the last one is the phone. So variable, we can call it ph equals to obj phone. P. So this particular phone is coming from these keywords that are here, which make JSOn to be very useful. So what we want to do now is to actually put this particular result inside this HTML table. So to do that, we'll create a variable. I will call this variable t. So for that, we'll just create our variable t. Let's just put it here, variable t. So if you check carefully again, you see that we have a serial number. So we can just easily create a variable serial number also, SN, to be equal to, let's just initialize it to 0. So our serial number SN, we auto increase with a +1. So we can use SN plus plus. So the next thing I want to do is to put this particular thing in a table. So T will be equal to, remember the table rule, this is pure HTML, but we are using it in JavaScript. So for that, we just put a plus there, T, then T plus equal to table data, table data. So the first table data there is the, let's check it out. The first table data there is the serial number, followed by the name, email, password, and phone. So the first one is the serial number SN plus, close your table data. I think I will just copy that out to make typing very fast. Oh, sorry for that. Ctrl+C. So the next one we have is the name. So we change this to name. And the next one we have is the email. Change this to email. Next is the password. Change this to password. PW. Sorry for that. PW. And the last one is the phone number. So we change this to phone number. So later, by the end of the day, we need to put this result inside of the body of this HTML. So to do that, we use our inner HTML to actually place this result. So inside the for loop, we already have a variable. I think, okay, it's called test. Let's just change that to TB. That is the table body. So I'll change this to TB also, table body, and change this to TB. So you know where that particular variable is coming from. So our TB dot inner HTML will be equal to T, which is very simple. Control S that and check if there's any errors. If there's no error, we shall run this in our Google Chrome. So go back to it, control, okay, refresh, and voila, there you go. So we have John, email at gmail.com, password John1234, and this is the phone number, and we also have Kevin, just like that. So if you have an artificial database, or if you have a database anywhere, you can actually send a JSON, and that JSON, we can populate it inside HTML. I hope this was useful for you. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.